I believe there's a cultural tipping point happening. And there's some recent examples that Bernard Lane, who's a very good researcher that I follow, wrote about. And basically, it's about three major US media outlets all allowing gender critical commentary, which, of course, a couple of years ago, if you had criticized the trans agenda or had said only women can get pregnant, you would have been cancelled from Facebook and from Twitter and by the media. But things have changed so much that the mainstream media are actually allowing that conversation to happen. And there was three articles. The first was in the New York Times, how the gay rights movement radicalized and lost its way. It's by Andrew Sullivan, who is a well-known LGBT activist, but he said when they pushed past same-sex marriage and went to gender confusion, dudes and women's sports, transing the kids, chemicalization, castration of kids and confusion, they lost their way. Then there was an article in the Washington Post, once again, a left-wing newspaper. And you might remember that a couple of weeks ago, the Trump administration released a report on puberty blockers and pediatric gender medicine, basically, and said it was basically like the Cass report in the UK, said we shouldn't be doing it, we need to slow this whole thing up. And there's actually, the Washington Post published a confessional article by a East Coast liberal philosopher, Alex Byrne, and he was one of the anonymous authors of this report. So not exactly your Trump-loving, reporter or author on this report. And then there was an article in the Atlantic, and journalist Helen Lewis, well, she wrote about some uncomfortable truths entitled The Liberal Misinformation Bubble About Youth Gender Medicine, How the Left Ended Up Disbelieving the Science. So 3 articles all in a row. And that's the cultural tipping point, is that even the mainstream media now are questioning the narrative.